Namaste, namaste, family of light. I want to say hello to everybody who is here at the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light, which is located in Sarasota, Florida. Thank you for coming and sharing your light. I want to say namaste to all of our beautiful light workers who are currently on Zoom. And I want to say namaste to our family of light on Facebook that will probably see this feed later on. And just want to say we do listen to all your comments. We appreciate your comments on there. And know that anybody can participate in the Anchoring Light transmission meditation, which has been taking place now for over 17 years, over 17 years. And I had posted that on Facebook on the Cosmic Center page. And I had said, there's a reason why. We've done it every single Monday without fail for 17 years. There has to be something compelling, okay, for us to always do that. And when I say us, I'm not just talking about myself or the physical people who are here that are listening to this and the ones that happen to be here now on Zoom, but I'm talking more importantly to our higher family of light, which is the Ascended Masters, the angelic ones, but most certainly I can say we do work with the higher radiant light beings, okay, from many dimensions, most certainly coming from the upper worlds, paradise worlds, the crystalline matrix worlds, the non-fallen worlds, okay, the non-fallen worlds. And it is, some people, which, there's many terms to put it, but let's suffice to use the word fallen. We are fallen world, that somehow something got disconnected or we forgot something, or we're trying to get back into this higher alignment to the truth of who we are and what we should be experiencing, or at the very minimum, what we're ready now to experience, which is oneness, okay, oneness, because it's like, wait a second, I think everything is connected. I think everything is one. Yeah, yeah, everything is one. Okay. And if that made sense to you, like, it doesn't matter what nation you're from, what culture you're from, what race, whatever it is, whatever the evolution of all the different varieties upon the planet, and how evolution in terms of the Adamic seed and the different colors and cultures and languages and all of that stuff, right? As above, so below as above, and probably other higher intelligences had come in, different groups of them coming in. It's a whole mix, which is why this planet is just so amazing, because there's so much diversity, just so much diversity. This was like, wow, look at planet Earth, look at Gaia. Okay, she has just everything there, right? So it's like a great buffet. It's like she have always wanted to taste what Thai food is like. You could have Russian food, you could have all kinds of food, right? All different kind of cultures, all different thousands and thousands and thousands of languages. Thousands, thousands. And you say, oh, I love flowers. Well, what kind of flower do you like? There's gazillions of flowers, gazillions of them. Well, I like roses. Okay, which kind of rose do you like? What color do you like? Okay, it's like, it's on and on. The diversity just ripples and ripples and ripples and ripples, right? And so that's an amazing, magnificent thing to be a part of diversity. And then that is an other life forms and other planets who would have half of the diversity we have. They're just thrilled with the diversity they have and see this is a great adventure, always exploring. That's the human Adamic. And I think that's the whole precipice behind creation, is the exploration of it all. Humans are innately want to make known the unknown and to explore what's out there. Okay, and that's why Star Trek and other things of that ilk was always, for science fiction, you had a lot of interest in that light because it was going into stuff we don't know. That's our natural, innate, co-creative process, which is wonderful. It's amazing. And that's why you've had explorers, okay, that travel to other lands. And that's why you've had trade among humans since the beginning. Since the Silk Road, there's been so many trading roads. You go all the way back in history. That is why I love history. I am a student of history, because you have to understand the past to figure out what's going on. And all of this is amazing and wonderful until somebody said, you look different from me, or you have land that I want, and I'm not willing to share that land with you. I'm going to wipe you out so I can have it. How many times has that been repeated? Over and over and over, and a broken record, all about the real estate. Hey, I like that. You're there, but guess what? I'm not even willing to share. I have new technology. I just wipe you out and we'll replace you. How many times in ancient civilizations have they seen a monument and they say, let's wipe that one out and let's put our monument on top of it? So archaeology is like, all you have to go is see all the different cultures that were in one place. You just have to keep on digging deeper. So they put one monument upon another monument upon another monument until finally the earth may get upset and just shake it all off and they get the crumbles and you start all over again. So when you start to look at all of this, you start to say, wait a minute, what's really going on here? What is really going on? Because none of this makes sense. Even a little kid will say, I don't understand. I know us as kids, we're like, well, I remember this so vividly. I was in the 3rd grade, I think, or maybe the 4th grade. And they said, well, Columbus discovered America. And I could never understand that. I said, well, weren't there people already here? Okay, it's different, I would think, if you found a land that was not occupied at all. You could say, hey, I got claims to it. I'm the first one here. But then Columbus' story is not the first story. It's one of many stories. Okay? And what's happening now in world events? Well, is there conflict and everybody concerned about what's going on now? Yeah, there's a sense of concern because I think everybody has a sense that there's something brewing that can be a lot worse, like world wars. Already went through a couple, and we just started naming them fairly recently. There's gazillions of them, but we could just say most recent history, World War I, World War II, the War of Wars, the end all wars. And in the back of everybody's mind is this very uneasy feeling, okay, that there could be a World War III. It's in the ethers. It's there. But this is where we wake up, where we say, you know what? We don't have to go along with that program. Sure, there are thought forms. Are there thought forms out there? There are thought forms out there right now of people that are thinking about you. Some of them positive, some of them negative. But how do you protect yourself? You put on the armor of God. I have no control what other people think of me or don't think of me. Okay, I only have control of myself, that I'm going to find as much as I can the higher heart of compassion and unconditional love. That's all I can control. I can control anything else. But as I hold that higher heart of compassion and unconditional love, as I strive to make known the unknown, that is automatically creating the armor of God around me. And it doesn't just happen like that. This is a consistent thing. Now, what I want to say is this. We are at another crossroads. Now, right here at the anchoring light, since Ukraine and Russia, we have been saying the names of God. For what? Not picking sides. There's no picking of sides. Let me assure you, there is no picking of sides. You know why? Because nobody knows the real story, and it doesn't even have anything to do with the powers that be on this planet. Read Ephesians 6. It tells you and greed, envy, and lust, and all of those stuff, all the lower energies. That's prime opportunity for these other energies to say, hey, let's go ahead like little manarettes and use these humans that have a gateway to come in. You want power? Oh, good. We could give you more power. Power over everything. You're greedy for money? Oh, the great archon, Mammon. Mammon is like, I could give you all the money you want. All you have to do is squash all these people. But Mammon becomes so strong in that person that they compromise values. Now, this is where the saints come in. This is where the saints come in. The saints come in when they say, I'm not going to compromise my value. I'm not compromising my values. I will not compromise my values. And those saints or those avatars of light are the ones that we could hold on to from all nations that give an example that they have at least started to transcend the gravitational pull of this world. They have said, no, there's something more important, more wonderful, more ecstatic than this. And I understand I'm in this physical body, but you know what? That outweighs this. Those are the saints. Those are the ones that say, I'm not compromising my value, or I become aware, and now I am aware, okay, of what my choices are. But with that comes liberation. Now, there's a group of people around. There is, and I put it out on my Facebook page. I'm putting it out there. I'm very discerning. I am very discerning and careful because you need to be. But there's certain things that need to get out there. And so I just get little pieces at a time. And I just put out there on my personal Facebook page, as well as the Cosmic Center, what's really going on. It has nothing to do with nations. It has nothing to do with the governments. The governments are just pawns for a higher controlling mechanism of the planet and humanity. That's where it's at. And Ephesians 6, which Jesus spoke of, tells you what it is and what you need to do. We are here now. I think I'm so excited that there are more and more people who are awakened. I just had somebody contact me. I know we need to do this because we are the co-creators. I said, yes, I don't know who this lady is, but a number of people said, yes, we understand what this is. We don't have to go along with this program anymore. And we're not going to fall into the trap of taking sides because it's all manipulated because we don't know the whole story. We do not know. And what we're hearing in the West can be completely different to what other people hear in the East. So you can't trust that either. Really, the masses of humanity just need to come together. And what is that? Where we all just discuss with each other without it being monitored. And then we'll really know what's going on from everybody's different perspective. And get out of the manipulative control, which is what's been going on in the planet since the beginning of time. Do you think Rome is gone? Rome has never left. Rome has never left. Neither has Babylon or any of those civilizations. It's the same old thing. And I spoke about last week, I said, this whole thing hurts my heart. Well, being on the planet from the beginning has been hurting my heart. My heart has not stopped hurting since being on the planet. Okay, so you have to know you cannot get caught up in the emotion of things. Because guess what? Then after that, it dies down. Then something else comes in. Then it dies down. Then something else comes up. And if you look at it, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So this is my question. Are we sick of it? Are we sick of this? I am. This is where our bravery, this is where our courage comes in. Okay, this is where we cannot engage in the duality. We cannot engage in the trap because it's too important right now for really important things where we want to bring and raise the consciousness. So who are we now to start getting into the drama? That government, this president, those people, that group, this, that. It's the same old stuff. What about we say, we're sick of the whole thing. Where's this really coming from? And start using our spiritual power to hold a higher vision of the entire planet being in peace and in oneness. That's where we can exert our energy. That's what we can do a campaign because we are saying we're no longer going to be pawns We're no longer going to be pawns and fall into the energetic dynamic that's been going on for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years. And we can all do it in our own way. We can all do it, okay, by one, not taking sides. Because if you go back further enough, it's one side or the other side or the other side, or it's a crusted, old, corroded thought form that continues to move around the planet. And the minute we start engaging in it, it gets stronger and stronger. Then we have to start all over again. What about not engaging and holding oneness, holding prayer, holding the higher vision? Okay. Now I know for the masses of the people, they're manipulated with their emotions and they're going to have one side over the other and all of that. That's going to happen. I know that. I know that. But for those that are hearing this voice, for those that are operating on this level that we operate, we must come from the neutral observer and not engage on that level. That's not our job. Our job is to hold that higher frequency as much as we can with others who are, there's others around the planet that we're not the only ones. There's others. Do you realize what's going on? Yes, I do. We got to use our God power. Yes, exactly. We got the chains and liberation up there, not here. Now, do we have the ones that are here that are open channels for that crap to come in? Oh, yeah. They got sucked into the demon of mammon, money and greed and power and lust and all of that stuff. They've lost all spirituality and have really grabbed into the materiality. They have. But that doesn't mean that we can't dismantle that thought form, because we can. So I'm going to put a challenge out to everybody. You don't need to have thousands and thousands of people. You just need to have highly enlightened souls that can hold a container of light as quiet as it could be. Mind your own business, do what you need to do, but you're holding and maintaining the higher vision of peace, loving everyone, even your enemies, as Jesus the Christ and others have said. Even them. Even them. What if we can evolve up to that level and not have the manipulation go back and forth of our emotions? And as we can hold it for others, there'll be others who'll be able to come up and say, yeah, you're right. And then others will come and do, oh, but somebody has to start. Somebody has to start. Because this is the same old playbook. The same old playbook. And we fall for it every single time. I'm done. So let's hold a higher vision, the higher thought form of unconditional love, period, and see peace in this world. Namaste, family of light. If you wanted to see what I wrote, actually it's the writing of Alice Bailey. She wrote it in 1953. She's on target. They already knew from way back when, from way back, ancient times, what is going on. But it's spilled out in terms of our current events, exactly what's going on. You could see it on the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light Facebook page. Okay? And you could read about it if you'd like to. With that, I'm going to say namaste to our family of light on Facebook Live. See you next time. This is Baba Sharon.